Hi, foreigner in the Philippines here. Well, it's a late night session for me, and just thought I'd tell you about a book that I read which had quite an impact on me in my search for at least some of the answers. And it was a book by a guy called Joe Vitale. You may have seen Joe Vitale on a very popular DVD, a movie called The Secret. And Joe Vitale was one of the guys that was on that, expounding the the joys of The Secret. Well, he wrote about a particular guy that interested in who was a psychologist in Hawaii, and this man, I think his name was Hugh Len. Now, the thing is with me about these various books that I've read, I read them and then I put them down. I read them again some other time. I don't remember all of the details, but in the main, I do get the message. And the message about this particular psychologist, Hugh Len, I think he was Hawaiian heritage, part Chinese, part Hawaiian, and he had a very unusual way of treating all of the people in this criminally insane institution. Now, he took over as psychologist in this institution, and at the time, it was a very dangerous place to be. The staff would be there under sufferance. They would take a lot of time off. They were afraid of being too close to any of the inmates. Inmates were chained when they were taken from one place to another, and altogether it was a bit of a scary place. Now, Hugh Len came in, and the, the, the name of the book, the title of the book, is either 0 Point or Point Zero, which you hear me talking about this in my own definition. Well, Point Zero or 0 Point, according to this man, it used to be achieved by doing what he called cleaning. And cleaning for him was in actually uttering a particular mantra. I'm going to read that out to you now because it's been a long time, but I used to use this quite a lot to good effect. And it consists of saying 4 sentences, very small sentences. And it says, this is how it goes. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Now, Hugh Len treated, if you can call it that, the inmates of this institution, bearing in mind that it was for dangerous, criminally insane people. And apparently what he did was he thought about the people and he made some kind of thought connection with them, some kind of spiritual connection. He didn't actually spend any time physically with them, but when he thought about them, he would say, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And he called this cleaning. Now, over time, the whole vibe of the institution changed. People started to settle down more. They were not violent. There were no violent attacks on the staff. The staff began to feel safer. The staff began to take less time off. The staff began to enjoy being there, doing their job. And the prisoners or inmates were not chained as much. So gradually things began to improve. And they began to improve on no other basis than this man saying, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And apparently what he did was he spent time just saying that. And it was such an all-encompassing thing that the people that he thought about actually started to improve. And I'm a sucker for picking up things that I think will work. I used to use this, and I used to use it to try to heal bad relationships that started off good and somehow started to go wrong. And in a lot of cases I managed to keep things on a fairly even keel by doing no more than saying, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and meaning it. I'd think about the person, think about the situation, or I even used it in a very general way, just getting up and saying, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. Now if you have a partner and there's some discord between you, try it. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. There's no blame on the other person. Think about those words. I love you. There's no blame. You take full responsibility by saying, I love you. You ask nothing in return. You expect nothing. You are simply stating, I love you. So why is that good? Well, being connected is much, much better than not. And if you're living in a house with someone and things aren't going so well, this might just help. Once you've said, I love you, you say, I'm sorry. And you don't ask for any forgiveness. You don't ask for anything from that person. You're simply saying, I'm sorry. And then after that, you ask for forgiveness. Please forgive me. And then, to end it, you say, thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Now, if you've stayed to the end of this a little video, it may be that you might be able to use this. In the meantime, what I would say to you is this. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. This is a foreigner in the Philippines. Thanks for looking in.